Hello healers and health seekers, it's me Ichoda and Muffins the pug, and I have been healing with medical medium information for almost 5 years now. It'll be 5 years June 16th, which is really exciting. Like, wow, my life changed forever in the best way 5 years ago. Wow. I'll have to do a video reflecting on that soon. Okay, what have I been healing from? I had like over a page-long list of diagnoses. Among them were, I'm just going to name a few: mast cell activation disorder, dysautonomia POTS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, hypothyroid, migraines, fibromyalgia, bursitis, arthritis, acne, eczema, rosacea, PTSD, depression, anxiety. The list goes on and on. And I have more about my healing journey in the links in the description box below the video. So if you want to know more about that, there you go. But today it's What's Up Wednesday. Who knows what day it really is? But it's time for me to come and make a video and talk to you about my healing journey and where I am right now. What's going on with me. And if you've been watching my other videos, you know that I want to say recently, but it's been a few months now, have had some dental work done, like extensive dental work, and I still need more done. And I think at this point I have come to the conclusion that I am going to give it a break for like a while, actually, because of what's been happening. So this freaking dental work, I needed it because, and this is like way before I ever started medical medium information. So if anybody is new here and looking at this and going, why has she been healing for 5 years and she still needs dental work? Let me answer that for you right now. Because for the 40 years before I found medical medium information, I was drinking caffeine and apple cider vinegar and eating a lot of chocolate and doing things that were not good for my teeth. Really bad, in fact, like really, really bad. Like in my 20s, I lived on caffeine. Mountain Dew and coffee were my drug of choice, along with several other drugs. Other drugs of choice like marijuana and LSD. Those probably weren't great for my teeth either, but really more bad for my adrenals, which adrenaline would be also probably bad for my teeth. Anyway, I ate junk food. Oh my gosh, I did so many wrong things. And then in my quest for health and trying to find like the healthiest way to be and live, I ate so many ways that were detrimental to my teeth, thinking they were helping, and they weren't helping. And again, apple cider vinegar among those things. And chocolate, still thinking, oh, chocolate's okay. I could do chocolate because all the studies say chocolate's okay. The studies are lies. Anyway, so all of that stuff damaged my teeth. And it was to the point where my teeth were starting to have like holes at the gum line, like lots of big cavities at the gum line. And that in and of itself was not painful. It was okay. However, some of those cavities got so deep that they exposed nerves along the gum line, and then like it was an issue with hot and cold. And you know, it's not that that's okay. Like I wanted to get them filled, but because I was chronically ill for years, and because my illnesses and conditions kept me homebound and I couldn't go anywhere, and I was allergic to everything, and I reacted to like all chemicals, I couldn't possibly even consider dental work. So, and then I had all this PTSD around dental work because of some stuff that had happened previously in my life and also in my children's lives, which is the worst part, in my son's life. And it was a freaking mess. So only recently have I been able to heal from that level of PTSD. Thank you, medical medium. Thank you for me cleaning up my body, because as you clean up your body, as you heal your body, your soul heals too. And medical medium has soul healing tools in addition to the food. He has these incredible meditations on the Medical Medium podcast at Apple Podcasts. The moon meditation, the brain meditation, the free as a bird meditation, the stargazing meditation, the fruit picking meditation. All of these meditations have helped me heal that PTSD to the point where I finally was able to go to a dentist again. And when I went to the dentist, I got a little bit overzealous with how much work I was willing to let him do, because also I didn't realize how much work it was. Like, I somehow just did not think that it was as bad as it was, and it was as much work as it was. So I let them do all this work. Now, you may remember from the beginning of the video how I mentioned that EDS was one of my symptoms, or one of my diagnoses, sorry. So I have EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder, which means I have stretchy connective tissue. Now, so many symptoms that came with that have healed since starting medical medium information. However, I still have that stretchy connective tissue in certain areas, and some of the things that comes with that, no pain about it and no subluxations or any of the bigger problems. Like, structurally things are healing, but at the same time I still need to, again, 40 plus years of this before, it's gonna make things not as strong as they would be if I didn't have those connective tissue issues. So when I had the dental work and they had my jaw open for so long, it injured my jaw. This was an unforeseen side effect. I did not know that that could happen. I just did not know. And that has been something that has been taking a long time to heal too. Because it's been a whole thing, trying to support my neck and all this stuff. So trying to support my neck when I sleep, but also prevent the pain from where my jaw makes contact, like where my teeth make contact. It's like different kinds of pain. So there's like a pain for my jaw itself, and then there's another pain that's like nerve pain for my teeth. I'm just gonna wait till it all heals before I'm willing to have any work done again, because maybe the extraction could possibly be quick enough that I need to do over here, but with the amount of nonsense that I've had to go through, and I still can't chew. Like, I was supposed to be able to chew after this, and I still can't chew. And he's like, well, I don't know, root canals. And I'm like, no, man, I'm not gonna have my jaw open for root canals, because that's gonna take some time, and that's gonna re-injure my jaw again, and that hurts too. So I don't know what to do at this point about the whole dentistry thing. I'm a little bit like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait for this to heal and accept that I can't chew. Now, because the pain that comes from a lot of this has to do with shingles, and I have been doing the shingles protocol and working on that. Some of the inflammation that was happening on this side, the side that we didn't work on after the dental work was done, has gone down. So this side's feeling a little better, which means I'm back to being able to chew very, very soft things on this side, like bananas and steamed potatoes, and maybe some steamed vegetables other than those, but I can't put anything over here because it's nerve pain. And then it's I don't know. I think there is something else going on there. I don't know. Whatever. It's that's just where I am with it right now. It's just that, with a big sigh. That's where I am with it right now. I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? Because I think a lot of it was like, because I am not building a case for anyone else who has PTSD and needs to go back to the dentist. Here's what I've learned, and here's my advice. If you're going to go to the dentist after not having been there a long time and you need work done, do it very slowly and a tiny bit at a time. Because you never know don't get overzealous and be like, yeah, while you're in there, just go ahead and do all the fillings on top too. No big deal. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't. Just be like, yeah, let's only do the thing that I came in here to do today, and let's just stop there and not have my mouth open for 3 hours and injure my jaw. Because like that, it was, I mean, part of it was my own mistake, but part of it, I kind of feel like the dentist should have, you know, like he knows I have EDS, but maybe he's not familiar with EDS. I don't know. I just feel like a little bit, there's some on his part where he should have been like, this is maybe too much. Afterwards, he was like, that was a lot. That was a lot. And I'm like, why didn't you say that at the time? Like, why didn't you wait? Why did you wait till after we did all the work to say, that's a lot? Are you sure? Like, I don't think, and here's why I don't think, because you're the professional. Anyway, I'm just saying. Learn from my mistake. Don't let this happen to you. Just do a little at a time. Let yourself heal from that. Do a little more. Let yourself heal from that. Space it out. Month and a half, 2 months, whatever it takes. It shouldn't have taken this long, but it's still going, and I'm still just kind of waiting for things to calm down and see what happens. And because part of it is I know that healing takes time, and the other part of it is I'm not willing to do any more procedures until the inflammation in my body has calmed down to a degree that I feel comfortable taking another hit on my immune system. That is not today. That is not now, and that's not soon. It might be at least a month before I feel like, okay, maybe now. But right now is not the time. So anyway, that's my dental saga that's still continuing, and I wish I wasn't talking about this at all. In the meanwhile, I was able to start another Advanced 369 cleanse. I got 6 days in, did not finish the cleanse. Now, when I don't finish a cleanse, it just means I'm eating steamed potatoes. It doesn't mean anything else. Like, that's it. I ate watermelon, I ate steamed potatoes. They're not on the cleanse. I'm not eating salt, I'm not eating radical fats, nothing like that. It's all really healing food. There's nothing wrong with the food. I just didn't do the cleanse as the cleanse is written. So, you know, I've been eating kind of normal stuff since then. The other day I had like a big exposure, and then right immediately after that exposure, okay, is anyone else a little bit like just not even wanting to leave the house, which is crazy because I know everybody's feeling so cooped up, but I'm in a routine, like I have a routine and a rhythm of things, and I'm kind of quite content where I am a little bit. I mean, a little bit I'm not, because like I really want us to find our own house and have that space. But a little bit I'm just kind of like, I have my rhythm, I have my routine, I'm good. Like I just don't need to do anything else like outside of this little bubble that I live in. Anyway, so the other day though, my son did need some new clothes, and as much as he hates shopping and would rather I just order his clothes online because he could care less, we're not a fashion family. We're not like, you can see by what I wear in my videos, like we just don't care about those things. Like what we care about is health and, you know, whatever niche interests we each have. Like, you know, I like crafting and stuff and watching comedy, whatever, but And, you know, my son likes video games and manga, and my husband likes Warhammer. And we all like to play like board games and stuff like that. But we just, who cares? Like the outer appearance, I could care less. I mean, it's like clothes and stuff like that. Like I do have clothes I prefer, but like comfort is the number one quality in any pair of item of clothing I look for. Like, is it comfortable? Okay, good. That's all three of us are like that. It's like, is it comfortable? Is it practical? Do I like the color? And the fit, maybe, you know, I don't know. So we're not just, you know, we'll shop wherever. And the whole thing about that too is like, I don't even know where to take him to get clothes because I was chronically ill for so long. Like I couldn't leave the house, and he's grown a lot in this time. And suddenly I have this like young adult man that I have to buy clothes for. And he's very tall and thin, so he has like a very sort of specialized size, and that's been a whole thing. Thank goodness for the internet, because then people are like, oh, I'm also very tall and thin. That was Reddit. There's a whole Reddit sub thing about tall fashion, and I'm like, I don't need the fashion part. I just need the tall, thin part. So where do I buy clothes? And so anyway, so we needed to get him some clothes, and I thought we'd try to take him to the store. And it was a secondhand store, the first one we went to. But it's like it's supposed to be really nice, where they take only like very gently used clothes, and it's like name brands, and it's like, so you can get like decent, good, high quality stuff for cheap. That's the whole idea. And because it's teens, this store is just for teens, right? So because it's teens, it's, you know, they're not wearing stuff for very long because they grow and whatever. Anyway, so I thought, okay, let's try this place. So we go there, and they have so much air freshener. Like I could not even tell you, like we walk in and it's just like an assault on the senses. And we were wearing masks because I have to, because of chemicals, and my husband prefers to because of the plague. And so of course we were wearing masks, and we walk in and it's just an assault, even with the mask on. And I thought, well, I've got my mask on, maybe I'll be okay, because I don't know, I just don't go out of the house that much. So I just thought, I can handle this. And so we walk into the store and we're kind of looking for a minute, and then we find something for my son to try on. And I noticed that like next to the dressing room, I could see the plug-in plugged into the wall. And I was like, and that wasn't the only one either. That's the bad thing. And I was like, you know what? I started kind of realizing that my head was starting to swim a little bit, and I was starting to feel like I got to get out of here. And I said to my husband, I have to go wait outside. And he goes, yeah. Because he was like, why are you even in here right now? So I'm like, yeah, I need to do this. So I go wait outside, and as I'm outside, it's like my throat starts burning. And my nose my nose starts running when I get home. But it took a while, because like when we got home, I'm like, oh my God, it was in the car, like on them, everything. It was on me, in my hair. I was like, oh, this is so gross. I'm going to have to change my clothes and shower and all this stuff when I get home. Which, yes, so bad. So toxic. And there's kids working there. They're like young adults, teenagers, whatever. I can't tell how old anyone is anymore. They just look young to me. So they're young, these kids, and they're working there, and I'm just like feeling so bad for them, because their livers, literally years are being taken off of their lives as they breathe in this toxic death cloud of air. It's not even air. There's no air in it. It's just stink. It's just poison. Anyway, so that's a really long way of saying I got this chemical exposure, and every time that's a hit to your immune system. So those poor kids. It's a hit to your immune system, and I felt it. Like immediately we get home and my nose is running. It hadn't been running ever. And then all of a sudden, after one, like So my nose is running and my throat was feeling itchy. So just as a precautionary measure, just preemptively, I've been doing the vitamin C and zinc shock therapy for a couple of days just to, like, I'm just gonna do that. So just to keep it, whatever, just to keep it low. And I think, so I really, like I said, I really want to eat raw. So I think I'm gonna start the 28-day cleanse from the new book. Anyone want to join me? Maybe I'll make it a date and be like June 1st. I don't know. Let's do it. I want to do more rounds of the advanced 369 cleanse also, but I'm like, I mean, can it be both? I don't know. I don't know. To me, there's like a little more leeway in the 28-day cleanse because there's just more variety and I can do things like basically eat the way I already am, only no steamed potatoes, which I have been eating. I told you last time about the thing that I do with the steamed potatoes, and I make a soup out of raw peas, and so it's raw peas and lemon juice and honey, and then I add like herbs, and garlic, and then I'll add fresh herbs to it now. And the other day, yesterday I think it was yesterday. Yesterday I also add a little bit of hot pepper. Sometimes I'll put cucumber or spinach or both. Sometimes I just, it's like the base is the pea mixture with the garlic and the honey and the lemon juice and water, and then I'll kind of just add things because I've got this beautiful, I love to add dill to it. That's like one of my favorites. And I've got this fresh thyme outside, and I hadn't had thyme water or thyme tea in a couple of days, so I was like, I'll just add thyme to it so I can get my thyme in. And what did I put? I put like thyme and a little bit of dill and the hot pepper. It was really good, but I put a little too much hot pepper, so I had to add some maple syrup to kind of calm down the heat. But it was delicious. And then I pour that and I make the chunks of potatoes and I have that. It's so delicious. It looks terrible, but it tastes so good. Like, I don't know how to make that look good, but it tastes delicious. So I haven't taken any photos of it or anything because I'm just like, nobody wants to look at this, but eating it is very enjoyable. So I've been eating that. And there's watermelon in season now, so I've been having watermelon. And I'm trying to figure out how to have asparagus. I think I just have to blend it into a soup because I can't chew it. And that makes me really sad. And I tried, so I was like, well, maybe I could just steam it really soft, Medical medium says that if we are going to steam stuff, we should steam it really soft because that unlocks the nutrition and it's easier to digest. So I was like, okay, I'll steam it really soft. But asparagus, when it's steamed, is like super fibrous. So that didn't work at all. I can't chew it. So, because I thought, oh, maybe I can just, it'll be soft. And it was soft, but it's still fibrous. So it didn't work. I can juice it. I can juice it because I do make an asparagus apple cucumber juice that is delicious. I love that. That's the way I can get asparagus in me. Yes. Because it's May. And I got to take advantage while asparagus is still here. Okay, so yeah, that's, kind of how I've been eating lately. We've had a lot of fresh mangoes, so I've been eating a lot of fresh mangoes. I've been eating watermelon. I've been eating steamed potatoes with the peas and spinach soup for lunch a lot of days. And, of course, my morning's always the same. Lemon water, celery juice, heavy metal detox smoothie. That's what I eat. Super simple. I like to keep things pretty simple. I don't like a lot of complicated, because I have to also cook food for, my son. So I'm like, I want my food to be as simple as possible. So that's how I roll. Symptoms, other than this. Oh, I could talk ad nauseum about that. Like right now, there's pain right here. So that's probably the trigeminal nerve going on, which is like, okay, shingles, fine. It's not bad. It's just, it's annoying. It's not bad. I have been having edema in my foot, and I don't even want to tell you this one. Since the dental work, I have regained 10 pounds of inflammation. I'm not happy about that. Not happy at all about that. Which is another reason I'm like, I gotta do raw, I gotta do more 369 advanced cleanses, because I always lose weight on those cleanses, and I just need to do that because I know I can get rid of it again really easily. It's just, again, it's another like, that's annoying. But I know how to take care of it. I know how to make it go away. And I know it's from the hit I took to my immune system. And I know that it's from extra inflammation and viral stuff going on right now because of the hit I took to my immune system. And also because of the time of year, we have more exposure than usual. Because not just the plague, because there's the plague, and then there's extra spraying, and then there's just extra everything, extra chemicals on everything. Oh my gosh, you guys. Have you noticed this? Have you noticed it, how the packages from everywhere smell of mint? Do you know what that is? That is not mint. That is a freaking fungicide or something that they are spraying, and I think it's more insidious than that even. I don't want to talk about it, but I think that's what it is. I think it's something bad that they're spraying on the packages, and they're going to say, oh, it's because of the plague. We're trying to keep the virus. No, that's not what it is. I think it's making people more susceptible, because it does. All those fungicides, they lower your immune system. So I think that's what's going on. And then everything. They've been spraying the produce lately, like organic produce, oranges. They're spraying, everything smells like hand sanitizer. So I have to wash everything now. I didn't used to have to wash everything, but I have to wash everything. And it's not even just what they are spraying. There's muffins again. It's not even just like what they're spraying it with, but the fact that like people could have touched it and they've got their own pathogens and all this stuff. And you know, I hope you guys have been watching the Medical Medium lives lately, because oh my gosh, so much information in there, so much relevant information to our times and how to protect ourselves and what to do. And oh man, those lives are just incredible. It's like each live that he does just gets better and better and better. And I don't know how he does that, because I'm like, oh, this one's amazing. How? What? Blew my mind. And then he'll do one then a couple days later that'll blow my mind again. And I'm just like, whoa. But yeah, a lot of exposure out there in the world, which is why I like staying in my little bubble where it's relatively chemical free, and I got my little routines and all that stuff. Anyway, so that's kind of where I am right now on my healing journey. I mean, my energy's good. I rebounded today for the first time in however long, I don't even know. It's been a long time. So that was really cool. I rebounded today and I really enjoyed that. So I'm like, yay, yes, I'm bringing it back in. I'm going to do this. And, oh, yay. The other thing is I went to bed at a decent hour, and my sleep schedule's been terrible, but last night and the night before, I just moved it up, and I'm hoping it sticks. Like, I'm just like, let's get back. Because then I got up today at like 6, and my mother-in-law was like, why are you up so early? And I'm like, no, this is my normal time. I just haven't done this in months and months because I've been so off on my sleep schedule, but this is my normal time of getting up. This is when I'm supposed to get up. And I feel like I can accomplish more in the day when I get up at that time, so I like that too. If you have any questions or comments, or you want to tell me about how you've been doing this week and what has been going on with you, you know, I love to hear about it, and please tell me. You know, I want to know. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you can hit the like button down below, and you could subscribe to my channel. If you want to hit the subscribe button over there, you can ding the bell next to it. If you want to be notified when I post a new video. Remember to always stay curious, my healers and health seekers. I wish you so many blessings on your continued healing journey. I pray for you all. I pray your healing just continues exponentially, and that you're doing well, and that the medical medium information just keeps reaching people exponentially out in the world, so that the world can heal too. So that everybody who needs to heal can heal. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.